Good day everyone, welcome back to OneCodeCamp channel. Today we will be learning how to upload multiple NFTs to the IPFS and how to mint multiple NFTs using your own smart contract. I hate to keep you waiting, so let's dive in.
To create a new and appealing NFTs, we'll use the power of AI technology. Let's proceed to the NightCafe website by searching NightCafe and sign up for an account. In the text prompt input field, enter the description of the image that you want to create. For example, I will enter Mythical Dragon. Click Create and wait for the result. Once the result is generated, you can click on each of them and then click Download. Once you're done creating the images, let's proceed to our desktop. In the desktop, let's create two folders. First, let's create a folder named Images. After that, let's create a folder named Metadata. Inside the Images folder, we will place the images that we have created. You can see here that I have prepared 5 images. The names of the images should be 0 to 4 with a file extension of .jpg. Next, we'll proceed to the Pinata website by searching Pinata Cloud in your prepared web browser. Pinata is a well-known hosting service especially designed for the Interplanetary File System or IPFS. IPFS is a decentralized protocol that enables peer-to-peer sharing of files in a secure and efficient manner. To begin uploading, click on the Add Files button, click Folder, and click Select. Let's click on the desktop option. Select the images folder that we have created, and finally click Upload. After that, let's give it a folder name. To give it simply, I'll just name it Images. Once again, click Upload. And there you have it, the upload is complete. We can now copy our CID. CID stands for Content Identifier. Throughout our NFT minting process, we'll be using the IPFS URL with the embedded CID to reference and retrieve our NFT images and metadata files. To make it simply, a CID is like a fingerprint for a file on the IPFS network, making it easy to find and verify the file. Next thing we'll do is we're going to automate the creation of our JSON metadata file. To automate the creation of JSON metadata files, we'll be using a Node.js script. Node.js is a powerful JavaScript runtime that allows us to run JavaScript code outside the browser. With this script, we'll be able to generate multiple JSON metadata files quickly and efficiently. By automating this process, we can save time and ensure consistency. In addition to Node.js, we'll also be using a text editor. Any text editor will do, but as per mine, I'll use VS Code. But before we proceed, let me take a moment to explain what metadata is and why it's important in the context of NFTs. To know more about the metadata standards, properties, and attributes, you can visit the metadata documentation website of OpenSea. Metadata acts as a digital footprint that enhances the value and uniqueness of an NFT. It can also be used to add additional functionality and attributes to make NFTs more interactive, dynamic, and suitable for gaming purposes. Now that we have a clear understanding of metadata and its significance, let's go back to our text editor. Let's walk through the code and understand how it works. Let's import the FS or file system module. This module allows us to perform various file operations such as reading, writing, deleting, and manipulating files. In this case, we're going to use the file system module to write a metadata file for us. We will also use for loop to iterate 5 times, generating JSON metadata files for each NFT image in our collection. Let's declare a variable and set it to 0. The loop will iterate 5 times because the initial value of I is typically set to 0. And each iteration increments I by 1. Therefore, when I reaches the value of 5, the condition becomes false and the loop exits. Now, our value is set to 5 because we have selected 5 images. But if you have more than 5 images, let's say for example you have 25 images, you can set this to 25. Next, let's create an empty JSON object. After that, let's set our metadata properties for the NFT using JSON.name, JSON.description, and JSON.image. You can customize these properties based on your NFTs. Let's set it empty for now and we'll get back to them later. For the name, let's type NFT image number. After that, let's concatenate our variable I. As for our description, to make it simply, I'll just type, this is our description for our NFT image. Let us also concatenate our variable I. And lastly, we have our image. Let's type IPFS, colon, and 2 forward slash. After that, let's go back to Piñata website. Let's copy the content identifier of our images that we have uploaded in Piñata website. Let's paste it here. After that, let's concatenate the variable I. And last thing, we'll also concatenate the file extension .jpg. And then let's type in fs.writefilesync. Inside this, let's place an empty string concatenated with the variable I. Let's place a comma, and then json.stringify. Type open and closing parentheses, and let's pass in our JSON object. And we're done with our code. Now let's go back to our desktop and open our command prompt application. Let's change the directory by typing in cd desktop. After that, let's proceed to our metadata folder by typing in cd metadata. Next, let's run our node by typing in node. And then let's go back to our code. Let's copy our code. Let's paste it in the command prompt and hit enter. What we did here is we run this script to generate 5 JSON metadata files, each containing the respective metadata for your NFTs. This automation saves time and ensures consistency in your metadata creation. By opening this file, you can see here that we have created a JSON metadata folder, and we have our name, image, and description. Let's try to open a different file once more. What we'll do next is we will upload this metadata folder in the Piñata. Let's go back to the Piñata website. Click Add Files and click Folder. Click Select, and this time we will upload our metadata folder. Let's name it metadata. Click Upload. Now let's wait for our CID to be generated. And that's it, we're done creating and uploading multiple images and metadata to IPFS. We will use this in minting using our smart contract. For our smart contract, we're going to be using the ERC721A. ERC721A is an extension of the ERC721 standard, especially designed to add additional functionality and features to your NFTs. From this repository, scroll down. And from the usage section, let's copy this line of code. For our smart contract, let's use Remix IDE. Remix IDE is a web-based application. This IDE offers several advantages for smart contract development because it is user-friendly and eliminates the need for local installation. Let's create a workspace. Let's select the blank template option. and type a name for our smart contract. After that, let's click the Create New File option. Give it a name and don't forget to add .sol. Again, we'll copy the code in the GitHub repository. We'll paste it in our workspace.
What we will going to do is we're going to add this function _base URI. You can pause the video and copy this function. What we will do now is we're going to hardcode our URI. Let's replace this portion of the code with the CID of our metadata. Let's go back to Piñata and copy the metadata CID. Let's replace this portion of the code with our metadata CID. And we're now ready to compile our smart contract. To do that, let's click the Compile tab. Click Compile. And since we don't have any error, let's deploy our smart contract. Let's inject our MetaMask. Click the Deploy button. And finally, let's confirm our transaction. Let us expand the deployed contract. Let's go to the min function. Let's type 5. And let's click the button min. Again, let's confirm this transaction. And the green marks confirm that our NFT is already minted. To check this, let's proceed to the OpenSea website. Let's click our profile. Let's try to place one on for sale. And there you have it. Congratulations on successfully minting multiple NFTs. And remember, stay connected with OneCodeCamp for more exciting tutorials and resources on Web3 development. See you again and happy coding!